Nah, 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 nah. That's how I'm feeling.
Nice.
Because I'm going to go see the majority of that group next Saturday night.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. This is Inside Dr. Herman's Head. You've wandered upon us, whether intentionally or accidentally, and we're glad you're here. I am Dr. Jan Herman of Herman Family Chiropractic Center during the week, but I am Dr. Jan Herman of Inside Dr. Herman's Head Sunday nights at 7. And you are here with me and my number one best buddy, Greg Big Show Larson.
Heyo.
And that is, listen, you just heard the song Video from a movie that I dare you to try to find.
Yeah,
I do have a copy of it.
I mean, when we talked about it that one day, I was surprised that you even knew it.
I couldn't believe anybody else in the world had heard of that.
Oh, I love that movie.
The movie's called Electric Dreams. It's from 1984.
84, 85.
And half the music was done by Jeff Lynne and the Electric Light Orchestra, ELO, and that was one of the songs. Great, really, really corny a comedy about the early days of computers.
I love that movie, man. I like that type of stuff.
It's about a computer that the guy buys a computer to organize his life.
Yeah, it's artificial intelligence, man. It's like the beginning of that. You know?
I think it was the first movie about artificial intelligence that really, really had the guy really interfacing with the computer that way.
Yeah, I like Tron and all
Tron,
that stuff.
Exactly.
It's the same stuff.
Check the movie out if you can. It's really, really good. And I'm going to go see the Orchestra down at the State Theater in Easton on Saturday night. I'm very excited because
I'm glad you got tickets for that.
I didn't even know about it until the last Sunday night after the show. You said, "Hey, the Orchestra's playing at the State Theater." I was like, "What?"
Yeah.
And I checked it out, and I would have been, because that's the kind of thing I find out about the day after it happens.
Yeah,
like, oh God! But I got tickets. There are a couple of the last tickets available. I'm like way up in the nosebleeds, but I don't care.
For that type of show, man, that's probably even better.
It's going to be great. I saw about half of the band in Atlantic City about 7 or 8 years ago. Do you remember when the Icelandic volcano erupted?
No, dude, I don't even know.
This was a volcano erupted in Iceland, and the jets couldn't fly from Europe into America.
Oh wait, I do, because that was affecting us.
Right, and I was having tickets to see the Orchestra then in Atlantic City, and half the guys couldn't make it because of the
we were touring. A lot of bands were touring, and a lot of bands couldn't go.
They were stranded in a lot of places. Yeah. So. Anyway, Electric Dreams. Check it out.
If you can.
If you can. Not an easy movie to find. It was released, I think, for a period of time on DVD, but
that's it. It's gone.
I got it, so nah. Oh, let's see. Okay.
What's going on this week?
Donald Trump is president.
So what's going on this week?
You know something? Did you see SNL last night?
No, I have, and you keep asking me that, and I guess I got to get down with it, man. But it's been a long time since I've regularly caught SNL.
Well, SNL has been so involved in this campaign over the past year and a half.
They got Alec Baldwin, right, doing Trump.
And I think it does a very good job. I don't think it's as absolutely spot on as people say, but it's But the thing is, they've been very, very involved, and every week they do something which is usually very, very funny and very spot on. Mm-hmm. Now. They've gotten very, very serious a couple of times, which is a little weird.
Yeah.
When SNL gets preachy, and I love SNL. And I'm not, I wouldn't say that I'm a liberal or a conservative. I mean, I'm more liberal than conservative.
Oh, definitely.
Okay. But I have some conservative views on some things. Mm-hmm. Not a lot. I am definitely more liberal. But when SNL, which I love, and I've watched it since I'm a kid.
Yeah, it's always been good.
When they get preachy, it's a little weird. And, when Donald Trump won the election, their next show after that, they had Kate McKinnon, who does a pretty good
Hillary
Clinton.
I love her. She's awesome.
Playing what's his name song, Hallelujah. You know the song Hallelujah?
I do.
Yeah, they play
Hallelujah. That thing. They keep
saying
it
no, the one Leonard Cohen, I think. Leonard Cohen's, I think it was whatever. They had her playing that at the piano very solemnly, very seriously, and at the end she says, "Don't give up, I'm not giving up," or something like that. It was just very,
Yeah, I hear you.
So, and what they did last night was they had Shasir Zameda, who's in the cast, and Cicely Strong singing "To Sir with Love." Okay?
Yeah.
In front of the picture of Barack Obama. Like this big tearful goodbye.
Oh,
and I like Barack Obama. I didn't think everything he did was great. I give him a relatively high score as presidents go. Mm-hmm. I liked him as a person. I think he seemed like a really nice guy, and I would give him higher scores than a lot of people would. But I think that Trump winning the election did so much to boost people's attitude about Barack Obama. Mm-hmm. People who already were really in Obama's camp.
Right.
Trump is such a wild card, and people are so afraid of what's going to happen that there's all this outpouring of, my God, Barack, we're going to miss you.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly it. We're going to miss you, Barack. Oh, my God.
People are crying and everything. And I don't think if Bernie Sanders had won the election, I don't imagine that there'd be all this tearful goodbye to Barack Obama.
No, because it would be, no. It's, I mean, the way the world's looking at it, the way the country's looking at it is it's like we just been overtaken by evil.
Well, this...
And that's what it is. And it's like, if Bernie would have won, it would have just been like, oh, okay, another good guy on our side going to be here, and it's going to be...
and I think people would have had more hope generally. This whole Russia thing is so unsettling, though. It's so unsettling.
Yeah, I don't know.
And I have to believe that a lot
that.
of Trump supporters are very worried about it too.
Yeah.
Because, and they did actually a very funny cold open last night on SNL with Mac Bennett as Vladimir Putin.
Oh, yeah.
And saying that, don't worry, we're going to take care to the American people, we're going to take care of you. Why would we not take care of you? You're the most expensive thing we've ever bought. You know, so
Yeah,
if you get a chance, check it out.
I just hope
really,
Trump
really
puts a shirtless Putin on like the $20 bill or something.
Well, you know, he's got a picture of shirtless Putin hanging in the Oval Office. I don't know. It's well, you know what? It's happening. We've crested the top of the first hill, and we'll see what happens. All right, let's go to the phones. We have some calls. Who is calling inside Dr. Herman's head tonight?
This is Bob.
Bob, I'm so glad you're our first caller.
Yes.
Because number one, they were talking about your man Donald Trump.
Yes.
But even more so because I heard that you had a tough week.
Yes, I did.
And I feel so bad. Number one, that nobody told me.
Yeah.
And I should be like, I would think that I'd be in the top at least dozen people that would hear it if you go down on the ice.
Well, that's my son.
What? What do you mean?
You had time to call me yourself. Come on.
Yeah, I know.
How are you feeling?
A little bit better. Not much, but a little bit.
All right. You're not going to milk this for everything it's worth and not leave the house.
Of course he
is.
is.
No.
For 3 months, I'm not going to see him. He's going to be like, I can't get off my back.
Please. That won't happen.
Well, I'm thinking about you all the time, Bob.
Yes.
So what are you thinking tonight?
Electric Dreams. Fantastic movie.
Yeah.
You know what? When I first mentioned it to Greg, and he said that he knew the movie and loved it, and said that you and June were big fans of it, I said that's just fantastic.
Yeah.
I had it on tape. Greg, you didn't make me a copy on disc, did you?
No, Dr. Herman did, and we'll make him make us another one.
Yes, please.
I will definitely see what I can do. Because that's just a phenomenal movie, and it's it's unavailable, and online. Everybody's trying to get copies online.
I saw it on VHS for like $150.
Yeah, not easy.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it is.
The people who have it know that it's not easy to get.
No.
But definitely, I will take care. I'll hook you up, Bob.
Thank you very much, sir.
I hope you're feeling better.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Tell June that the cookies were great, and people who didn't expect to get them were loving them because they were very surprised.
Yes, I know.
Thanks, Bob.
All right.
Catch you later.
So-
All right. Do we have another call? Or?
No? We did.
Okay, we'll call back. Yeah. All right. By the way, this is a call-in show, as you see. If you want to give us a call on the headline hotline, it's 570-420-9670. And we have a one call per show, per caller rule. So if you want to give us a call and talk about a few things.
Obey the rules.
Wait till the second half of the show and call us so you can talk about a few things. A very, very sad goodbye coming up.
Oh, no.
The circus.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's not so sad to me, but
You weren't a circus kid?
I mean, we did go to... I used to go to the Clyde Beatty Cole Brothers Circus.
Okay. Well, that's,
but still, not a huge fan.
Do you remember one of our earlier shows, I think back in July or so, Mishu died, the smallest man in the world?
Yeah.
Little Hungarian guy, Mishu. Well, he was with the circus for many years, and I met him there. I mentioned during that show.
Yeah.
We used to go to the Ringling Brothers Circus at the Garden in Manhattan every year.
Yeah.
It was every year we got tickets, but of course back then it was like $5 a ticket or something like that. And, and it didn't matter if you sat up in the nosebleeds because you saw, it's actually better because you get to see everything. Yep. Plus the trapeze artists are up high where you're sitting.
Yeah.
So those are actually some of the best seats in the house. So we used to go all the time. Last time I went to the Ringling Brothers Circus, 20 years ago maybe, something like that. Just a long time ago. And I have gone to the Clyde Beatty Circus, but you know what? When you grow up going to a 3-ring circus,
you go to a real deal circus, and then you go to Clyde Beatty's, which is just parked on someone's lawn, and
yeah. Where's Clyde Beatty going to do this year? In Greg's backyard.
They rented the backyard for the weekend. Come on down.
That's what it is around here. That's funny. But when I heard last year that they were stopping the use of elephants.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, we used to go every year, and we used to go to the menagerie before the show. You could actually go down into the bowels of the Madison Square Garden where they actually had the animals.
Oh, all right.
And see them all. You can actually walk among the animals and feed them and pet them.
That's cool.
It was very, very cool. I mean, and not the predators, obviously, but the elephants were there.
And everything, the lions.
So last year when I heard that they were stopping the use of elephants, I didn't really give a lot of thought to, maybe this will be the end of the circus, but I probably would have guessed it. Because that's such a big part of it.
It's a huge part of it.
And you know what? Historically, if you know anything about circuses, and I've seen some movies and done some research over the years, just out of curiosity, the elephants are a major part of a circus in their setting up and taking down. The elephants do a lot of the grunt work.
Yeah, they help out. Yep.
So if you're not going to have elephants there at all, it makes everything tougher.
Yep.
And that's a big draw. It's gone. People love the elephants, and you know, I don't disagree with their reason for dropping them, because when I was in Thailand earlier this year, we did ride elephants. I said I would never do it again. I didn't like the way they're treated, and you know, I just don't think that we should be using animals for our own entertainment. It's not.
That's exactly what it is.
You know, have some empathy and put yourself in the place of the animal. If you do unto animals the way you want them to do unto you, you know, and I just like, whatever. Go out in the wild if you want to brave it, to see what they look like, and what the way they live, and read books and look at videos
or something.
Yeah, all kinds of ways you can see animals. But making them do tricks for us, enough already. And SeaWorld stopped, you know, the killer whale thing.
Killer whales, yeah, that's over.
And last week, you know, one of their most famous orcas died.
The orca, yeah.
Telecom. So, maybe it's time for those things to stop.
I agree. I don't think it's
when they shot that gorilla.
Yeah.
With the kid just a couple of months ago.
Yeah.
Was that his name?
I think so.
He was trying to protect the kid, but they weren't sure, so they had to kill him. That's when I said, you know what? I think maybe zoos are done.
Zoos should be done. I mean, I don't know. I understand people like animals and everything like that, but there's something bothers me in my brain to sit on the side of on one side of glass and sit there and ooh and ah at something else on the other side. Like, there's just something that's weird about it.
How about to ooh and ah at something that's not doing very much?
Yeah,
it's laying there on a rock, or it's sitting and touching itself.
Yeah.
No, I was at a zoo in the Canary Islands in Africa, in Tenerife, and I don't remember the name of the zoo. I can't remember right now, but there was a gorilla just sitting there pleasuring himself. People thought it was the greatest thing in the world.
Hey, what
and
are you
I'm thinking,
do?
you know
his
what?
House.
You're looking into the glass wall in his house. Leave these animals alone.
Yeah.
You know, they have their roaming area in the wild is much bigger than whatever you can give them in a zoo.
The one thing I do promote though is I don't know if I so much promote them, but I don't mind them as much as aquariums. I
was thinking about that as you were saying it. Okay, now how about this? Because we don't know what an animal thinks.
Right.
They say that a goldfish forgets every 30 seconds what happened 30 seconds before.
Right.
Now you know that some of these aquarium tanks are very, very big.
Oh,
they hold
huge.
millions of gallons, enough to put whales in.
Yep.
Okay, and 1,000 other species and a million fish.
And all
absolutely.
That stuff,
But do the fish realize that they have a limited amount of space to swim in, as big as it may be?
Right.
That it's not the whole ocean like it's supposed to be?
I see that, yeah. I don't know. Who knows?
Whatever you do, and as much as
are we tormenting these fish?
That's the thing. As much research as you can do as a oceanographer or as a marine biologist, as much observation as you could possibly put into it, years and decades and centuries, can you ever build anything artificial that would be exactly the way it would be in nature? And I maintain that you cannot. So, you know, obviously whales need a lot more room. But if it's fish, a fish no bigger than your fist, and you're putting, 1,000 different species that size in a gigantic tank, and they could probably live their entire lives and never visit the entire tank, is it still right or is it not?
And if they're forgetting that, by the time they reach the other side of the tank, that they came from the other side.
Exactly. So is it so bad or is it not? I don't know. And you know what? Here's another question. How many people care that much about fish?
Yeah.
Now, I know when people go on vacation, they snorkel and they scuba dive, but are as many people scuba diving and snorkeling, would they want to see an aquarium as people that go to a zoo?
Yeah,
I really don't know. I don't know the numbers, but but I'm also not a big fan of having. And I love dogs. I love dogs. Not so crazy about cats. Kittens are cute, but they grow up to be cats, and I'm like, yeah. But you're the cat guy. I'm the dog guy. But having one in your house, I'm like, But these are domestic animals,
right?
Cats and dogs, as we know them, or we created them.
I actually just watched a documentary on Netflix called The Lion in Your Living Room.
Okay,
And
yeah.
it's all about cats going, these things aren't as domesticated as everyone thinks
that's
they
right.
are, and that if they are going to be the nation's number one pet, we have to domesticate these things a lot more because they literally are little lions in your living room. And
But how do you do that? Just by more and more generations of because you see these dogs that are born as puppies to a family, raised as puppies by that family, loved like the children in the family,
Right.
and then one day they go nuts and rip somebody's face off. And it happened. I mean, a couple of years ago, a chocolate lab ripped a 5-year-old little girl's nose off. And it was a family pet. They loved it. It was so sweet and everything. And one day, you don't know what's going on behind those eyes.
Yeah.
So, just like I always say, I don't swat bugs that are outside my house because that's their house. Inside my house is my house and you're dead. Outside, so I don't know. I say, we can live with all the other animals on the planet and just leave the other animals on the planet alone.
Yeah.
And that's, I've said it before. I'm not going to go too heavily into it again, but I'm going to take a break now because I want to talk about Thai Orchid.
I'd love to talk about Thai Orchid. I'm glad they're back.
Thai Orchid's back. Yeah, they took a little hiatus for a couple of weeks, not by their choice, but not going to get into that. Now, Thai Orchid's back. And what I think I have not failed to mention in the past is heat.
Who?
Heat.
Heat, like as in hot.
Right. My throat's a little fakakta tonight, but the heat. A lot of people are concerned about Thai food who have never tried Thai food because they're afraid of the heat.
Well, it's true. I mean, there's a lot. And you know what's funny is I have a friend in Thailand right now, actually, the one that Richie was telling you about.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He was going, what's his name?
Ray.
Ray, okay.
He's there right now.
Uh-huh.
And he just posted on Facebook the other day. He's like, hot wings in Thailand are not like Frank's Red Hot sauce. And he described it as pouring a gallon of kerosene down your throat and then lighting a match.
It's crazy. Yeah, if you want hot, they'll show you. They'll give you hot.
Yeah.
But the thing is, in Thai Orchid, they'll do that for you.
Right.
If you like blazing hot,
well, hey,
Tanya will be happy to do it. But most people, like to ease into their experience of Thai food with something that's really mild, and she will be very happy to make it as cool, if that's the word to use, as you like it, and then ramp it up if you want it. Plus, you get this little thing they put on your table with 4 different types of the chilies, and you can add to it and make it whatever you want.
That's cool. That's awesome.
And I've said this before, Thai food is all about the balance of sweet, sour, umami, and all the different things.
It is, too.
And they do such a good job with it over there because it's very, very authentic.
So good.
Go check it out. The food is phenomenal, but also they will make it to your liking 100%. They're down at the corner of Sarah Street and 9th Street in Stroudsburg. Give them a call at 570-421-1717. Back in just a couple of minutes inside my head.
Inside Dr. Herman's Head with Dr. Jan Herman and Greg Big Show Larson. To reach Dr. Herman, call 570-420-9670. And now, Dr. Herman.
What's going on there?
I don't know, a little peace and quiet.
Yeah, I mean...
After I talk for 23 minutes, let's have a couple of seconds of
What about everybody out there? Did you guys hear a commercial?
Well, according to my recording over here, it was dead air for a couple of seconds.
All right. I don't know what's going on, man. I got on all the right stuff.
We'll chop it out during post-production, post-editing. We do it all over here. It's a high-class operation.
Yeah, whatever.
With like a scotch tape holding my headphones together. And whatever. You know what? I like to think of myself as nothing if not fair. And I actually began the show tonight prepared to talk about a whole bunch of companies that I hate. Okay. And... yeah, you see, Terry just said no commercials. Yeah, we're back, honey. We're back. We got something out there. So I was going to talk about a whole bunch of companies that I hate because I have so many experiences with companies. Just my company done me wrong.
Yeah.
But when a company that I have railed against, well, actually, whether or not I've railed against it, but especially if I have, has corrected something or done something right,
yeah,
I will definitely let people know.
Oh, I hear that.
And I had a
you got to praise them when stuff gets done right.
Absolutely,
in the name of the customer.
I had a situation last week with one of the companies that I have hated for so long, FedEx.
Oh, gee, dude, I hate FedEx.
And there was a problem with something which I've had before, and we talked about it many times, about getting a package with an attempted delivery during business hours when they're closed. I'm closed.
Yeah.
I'm closed in my office from 1 to 3 in the afternoon. They always come between 1 and 3. And I rarely get a door tag saying that they were there. And I've complained about it many, many times. Well, I happened to be home last week on a day that I was off, and I saw that they tried to deliver between 1 and 3, of course. Mm-hmm. And I wasn't there. The office was closed. Even if I was the day I was open, I wouldn't be there. And so I called them up and I complained, and I said, I know you're going to try tomorrow. She said, oh, yes, we're going to try tomorrow. I said, but he's going to try again between 1 and 3, and I'm not going to be there. Could you please alert the driver that I will be out from 1 to 3 and try to deliver it before? She says, well, we don't have a lot of control over it. I said, I know. I'm not an idiot. I know that their route goes about the same. There's, some variations in timing and this and that. But, if he could take his lunch a half an hour earlier or something or whatever, just so that I can get my package.
So I can get my package for once, please.
She said, I will let them know. I'll put a note in, and hopefully it'll get to the driver. She just didn't make it sound like it was going to get to the driver or whatever. You know.
She's just telling you that, but
exactly.
That note was never going to make it anywhere.
And exactly, even if she was going to put the note in.
Mm-hmm.
So the next day, because I'm so cynical, I gave up my lunchtime, and I stayed in my office during the 2 hours I'm usually closed. I got some paperwork done. Of course, they didn't come between 1 and 3. At 3:10, the truck rolled up. The guy delivered the package, and on the package was a big electronic note letting him know that I was closed from 1 to 3 and trying to deliver it outside.
Oh, wow. So followed through.
Absolutely. And I wish that there was, because the company's so big, I wish there was somebody that I could call to say, thank you.
Yeah, somebody did their job, and it was great. And,
so the next best thing I could do, because I have a platform, is to tell right here on the air, FedEx did not drop the ball this time.
All right.
They got it there on time, and I appreciate that.
Good for FedEx.
So
I'm happy to hear that one too, because I've been wrecked by FedEx a couple times, man.
I think we all have.
Yeah.
But I did appreciate that. So,
Cool.
What?
No, that's just cool. I'm glad to hear.
Yeah,
that.
no, I was really happy to see that. Real quick, this is a little aside. I went into Manhattan and then Queens last week.
Okay.
To get my wife's birthday cake.
All right.
And I traveled through the city. It was a week ago Thursday, so about 10 days ago. And my EZPass from Pennsylvania didn't work at any of the crossings.
What?
And, I have a Pennsylvania issued EZPass.
But still, it should work.
It works in Jersey. It works no problem anywhere in Pennsylvania. In Maryland, it works fine. But I have I think Delaware I've had used it no problem. Every single bridge and tunnel that I had to use it at New York, I got stuck. And they all have gates.
Yeah, okay, so you got to...
Right, the 5 boroughs of New York City don't trust anybody. Maybe they shouldn't, I don't know.
Right.
And they all have gates, so you can't just assume everything's cool and they'll take a picture of your license plate and put it through later on, which I rely on a lot. If you don't have your EZPass, don't go. If you have an EZPass and you don't have it with you, don't attempt to go through an EZPass lane in New York City, because you'll get stuck behind the gate and then you have to sit there for a good long time. I was there for at least 10 or 15 minutes.
Really? Damn.
Do you know how that makes people behind you feel?
In New York?
Like it's your fault, okay?
Yeah.
And the honking and the name calling and everything.
In
it's
New
terrible.
York, you make someone wait 2 seconds. The light just turns green. There's someone beeping the
horn.
horn.
I know, right.
You know what I mean?
I guess sitting next to you. So I had to wait, and it happened to me 3 times that day. 3 times. Happened at the Whitestone Bridge. It happened at the RFK Bridge.
I can see you waving your arms out the window, yelling at these people behind you. Costanza alike.
Exactly. Well, there was no room to get the door open. So, like, what do you want me to do? And because like, you idiot, because that's not the word he used. And I'm honking the horn. Oh, and of course, right next to you is a big sign: "Don't honk." Don't honk.
Don't honk.
What, are we going to sit and pray? You're going to sit and wish that somebody would show up?
Don't honk.
So I honked about the quick toots of the horn every 60 seconds. And, of course, they come up and they take your EZPass and they tap it on this little box and it opens up. Well, now we know the secret. Now I'll tap it on the little box and it'll open up.
Oh, my God.
But during that day, I had another interesting thing happen. I went to White Castle.
Yes.
Because we don't have a White Castle around here. I don't get a chance to get to White
Allentown's
Castle.
the closest.
I feel the crave lots of times, and it's
man.
too much of a trip. But I was driving through Jersey, and I said, I feel the crave. So I stopped.
The one on 46?
Yes, the one in Rockaway.
Next to Smiles?
Exactly. Smiles are going out of business, by the way.
Oh,
they're gone.
no.
Smiles is gone. So now it's Frowns.
Browns.
No more Smiles.
Some good Russian girls in there. All right, but anyway.
Greg. Well, this Sunday night we can talk about that. The kids are asleep. We're going to sleep. Anyway, so I pulled up to the drive-in, and they have a kind of. I'm not really going to get heavily into this now because it's another stupid thing. But if you want to order on the phone,
what?
If you want to order takeout on the phone to take out, you can call up and you can order beforehand.
At White Castle, they have takeout. I didn't know that.
But you have to use, it's not phone route, you have to use the app.
Oh, on the app. Okay. All right.
And there are specials that you can only get through the app, but you have to use them through the app.
Okay.
So you can't just show the special there and then they'll give you the discount. You have to
make the order on the app.
So you have to sit there in the store, order it, and then wait for the confirmation and then wait for them to make it. It's kind of dumb. But I went to the drive-in and I ordered my food and I drove around. And I was driving my Chevy Suburban, which is a very big truck, and it has very big side view mirrors.
Yeah, yes.
And I didn't push the button to collapse the mirrors, which maybe I should have. I don't know, whatever. But I didn't, so I had to pull a little further away from the driver window so I didn't smash the glass with my truck. And it was about 3/4 of an arm's width from the window, and they make you wait because the food is fresh there. It's always very good. It's very fresh. But because it's so fresh, it's redonkulously hot.
Yeah, very hot.
And they take their burgers, those little cute, little wonderful,
they stick them in those
cardboard
envelopes.
Slide them in half a cardboard envelope. Now, the cardboard has sharp corners on it.
Yes, it does.
For the first 15 to 30 seconds, then it gets sopped up with the steam, and they become malleable.
Yeah.
But the things that they waste, don't put any money into, is the quality of their bags.
Oh, they got bad plastic bags.
They're thinner than the thinnest, crappiest Glad wrap.
Yeah.
And they pile these hamburgers, these hard cornered cardboard things
holes in them as soon as
they handed me a bag that looked like a tiger had swiped at it and shredded it in 4 places. And as she reached out the window and handed it to me, I looked over and I saw the rips gathering together. The rips were joining at the bottom. And you could almost hear the microphone. And as she reached just out in that chasm between the drive-in and my truck, the release happened.
Dude, I'm cringing because that's...
First of all, this hot, steamy deliciousness hit the floor under my truck, hit the pavement. I made a splooch noise.
Oh, and all the grease, all the good greasy...
Oh, it was just like...
Come on.
So I looked down and a tear. A tear escaped my eye. And I looked up at the girl. And she looked at me. She was in horror because it just took them a good 10, 15 minutes to put this together. And I said to her, "Bad bag."
Yeah,
that's all I can think of. Bad bag, bad bag. And she says, "That's not good." Yeah. I said, "You make it sound like you're the one that's going to have to come out and clean it up." She says, "I don't really know." She says, "But let's get you some new food." I said, "Yeah, let's."
Yeah. And double bag, please.
Oh gosh, they're just. But to put a hard.
See, that's when you gotta just be. That's when you gotta just go. Forget it. Give me the Crave case, because then you get that nice, hefty cardboard suitcase.
You know what the problem is? I really hate when people are distracted when they're driving, and I try so hard not to be distracted. And I actually did pull over to the side this time, and I ate some of my food in a parking. Well, not just because they had me wait, but I ate in a parking space. I had some, and I saved the rest for later because I didn't want to be driving and balancing things or whatever.
No, I hate that. Yeah,
because nothing will make you feel like an idiot more than having an accident because you were trying to balance a double White Castle, and a chicken ring at the same, So, but I really don't like to. I just don't like to.
No, it's not
do
good.
That. But I was so upset. I was like,
dude,
"Oh man, all that food." As
you were telling me that story and you're explaining the bag, man, I was just, it felt horrible in my chest because I knew that your stuff was going to end up on the ground. Why do we love White Castle so much? And it's one of the most disgusting like thing. It's awful stuff, but it's so good.
You know what it is? Fat tastes good.
Yeah, it does.
Okay, and sugar and fat tastes good.
Right.
And it's a sack of sugar and fat.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, we will, depending on what form the sugar and fat takes, we'll either turn our nose up at it disgustedly or scoff it down like it's manna from heaven.
And there's always a price to pay with White Castle too. It's not like you feel phenomenal.
No.
It,
Oh no! 10 minutes later, you're questioning life.
Yeah, but I mean, come on, it's so good.
And they know it.
Yeah,
that's what I say. It's good. And they know it to the point that they're selling their food by the case.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And nobody blinks an eye when you say, "I would like a case of your finest sugar and fat."
It's the only way. The last time I've done it, that was the way, and every time before that, just the Crave case, man. That's the way to be.
You know what? Because it's fast and it's easy.
Oh, that's it.
But when you sit down at home with a steamy hot Crave case, life doesn't get any better than that.
No, it's all gone.
Especially if you sit in front of the Electric Dreams. Oh man! So let's see, what time is it? Oh, okay. I got a story for you.
All right, I'm ready.
I was going out to dinner with my buddy Nick.
All right.
Nick and I go out every once in a while on a Monday night. We pick a place and we just get away from everything and just pig out and go someplace where usually it's someplace where we can eat because we're big guys just like you, and we try to pick a place where it's as low carb as possible. So a steakhouse is always a pleasure, and any place where we can get maybe really really pig it on sashimi.
Oh, all right.
We can eat 3 or 4 fish worth of fish, and without the rice. But a couple of weeks ago, we went out to the Outback.
Okay.
And I have not been to the Outback in at least 7 or 8 years.
Yeah, I haven't been to one in like 10 years or something like that.
And I have always liked the Outback. Always liked it. But then I met Terry.
Yeah.
And we dated, we got married and the whole thing. And Terry's not into the Outback, so I haven't gone. I was like, well, that's right. I'll go by myself sometime. But it's not really local, so. So I said to Nick, I said, have you been to the Outback lately? He said, no, I've been there a long time. I love it. So I started out with the Outback. So I like joining these frequent diner club things.
Okay.
Because what's the only thing better than good food?
Yeah.
Free good food. Okay?
Yeah.
So if you're going to eat at a place, a few times, are they going to give you free food? Absolutely. That's fantastic. So that afternoon before we left to go to the dinner, I jumped online and I wanted to see what kind of promos they have. And they have something called the Dine Rewards Program.
Okay.
Okay. You can go online, you can check it out. And the way it works is you dine with them, and there are 4 different places that the company owns. Carrabba's.
Oh, yeah, it's one of those.
Bonefish Grill.
I like Carrabba's.
Carrabba's I've never been to.
Oh, we should do that, man. It's good.
All right, we'll definitely do it. Because I'm intrigued by the fact that the Carrabba's all have forests on the roof.
Yeah.
A fish stick. But also the Bonefish Grill, which I have been to, is fantastic.
See, I haven't done that, yeah.
Then there's a higher-end restaurant. I forget what it is, the 4th one. But so you dine 4 times. And then you get 50% off or something like that on your next dining.
That's a good discount.
Okay?
Yeah.
Absolutely. So I go online, and I put my information in, and I join. Email, phone number, address, the whole thing. Okay.
Usual rigmarole.
Absolutely. And they say that's step 1, join. And they give you steps. Number 2, dine at our restaurants 4 times. Step 3, get 50% off on your final trip.
Beautiful.
I said, great. Sounds easy, right? Then I went down to the restaurant that night, and we dined.
Yeah.
And I left. I paid my bill, and I left. And then the next day, I was thinking to myself, well, I wonder if it's on my account.
Yeah, how do they know?
How would they know, Greg? How would they know? So I said, I obviously missed something.
Yeah.
Because being able to attach your dining experience to your account is a rather important part of this process.
It's almost like you need a club card like everything else.
Right?
Like even just applying online didn't do anything for you at the restaurant.
They didn't say a club card is on its way to you or click here to print out a club card.
Or is there like an app where you can show them? And
No.
Okay.
No. So I went on the next day, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, it's not there. It says still done 4 times, and it has a click where you click your account history, dining history. I click, there's nothing there.
Okay.
No dining experiences yet. So I went back again, as though I was new to it and as if I was going to join again to see if I missed something.
Yeah.
There's absolutely no. We're not talking about John's Steakhouse. We're talking about the Outback. It's a well-established
big chain.
national chain. You would assume that they hired some company to do their frequent diner program that knows what they're doing.
Right.
Okay. And absolutely nothing. Nothing. So I called them up. There's a customer service number. And I said, I joined yesterday afternoon and I dined last night and it's not on my account. And I goes, okay, well, let's check it out. He says, what's your email address? So I gave it to him. He opened it up. He says, yeah, it says here you haven't dined with us yet. I said, but I did. I have the receipt right in front of me. And he says, well, did you give your information to the server? I said, how would I know to give my information and what information to give to the server?
Right.
He said, I don't understand your question. I said, I don't understand your program. I said, how would I have known to give any information and what information to give to the server? He said, well, isn't there, he's asking me now, isn't there a list of instructions on the website? I said, dude, open the website. Now you join as though you're some new moron that never did this before. So he says he's going through. I said, I'll take whatever time you need. Go ahead. Yeah. And I hear him talking his way through it. He says, okay, my name and this and that. All right, I joined. I said, okay, now what? He says, I can't believe that. I said, how long are you with the company? He says, about 3 months.
Yeah.
I said, and nobody's ever brought this up to you? There's no way to attach with.
You're the one person in history of this.
Has everybody that's joined not gotten credit for the?
I bet you no one's ever joined.
It's the stupidest thing I've ever seen. People always say to me, "Oh, you always find these things out. You pick these things out."
Yeah.
This is as clear as day. I dined. I wanted to. How is he going to know when I reached 4? How's he going to know? So he says, you know what? He says, I'm going to give you my email address. You email a scanned copy of your receipt to me, and I'll make sure that you get credit for it. He says, from now on, when you're in the restaurant, or Carrabba's or Bonefish Grill or whatever, right. He says, you give them your it was your cell phone number, your phone number. And I said, okay. It's another thing.
Easy enough. I mean, but
I didn't even see anything on the table saying join our dining rewards program, right. Or if you're a member of our rewards program.
One of those little triangle cardboard things telling you, hey, here's our plan.
Nothing. So stupid. It's so simple. And it's like when I see a poster saying, help little Mary Lou who has throat cancer. She's 6 years old. We're going to have a carnival this weekend and a gathering. It's going to be at the local school playground. Come out and help us out.
Yeah. With
no time and no date.
Yeah.
That's what it was like. But this isn't something somebody just made up. It's, I was really, really surprised.
A big chain like that dropping the ball.
It happens more often than you think.
Oh, it definitely does.
Okay, let's take another little break.
Sure. I think I have commercials this time.
Do you?
I think so.
Okay, well, let's. I want no more than 15 seconds of dead air this time.
Well, we're going to see what's going on, man. This ain't my fault.
All right, let's give it a shot. We'll come back to the show in a couple of minutes.
Experiencing psychological stress as a result of deployment or other life transitions is common. The Real Warriors campaign offers tools and resources 24 hours a day for service members and veterans who may be experiencing invisible wounds. The campaign encourages warriors and their families to reach out for support. Retired Army Major Ed Polito, a Purple Heart recipient, describes how campaign resources helped him.
I was wounded by an IED blast in Iraq and lost my left leg. When I returned home, I faced physical and psychological challenges, including thoughts of suicide. What turned things around for me was reaching out for and accepting support from others and focusing on helping service members and families in similar circumstances. I encourage other warriors to access available tools and resources like the Real Warriors campaign.
For more information, visit realwarriors.net or call 1-866-966-1020. If you or a loved one is in crisis, call the Military Crisis Line at 1-800-273-8255 and press 1.
Tell everybody your name.
Melinda.
How do you spell that?
Like me, Linda. M-E.
That's easy.
Linda.
Me, Gary. You're a patient of Dr. Herman.
I am, yes. I've had back trouble for a very long time. I was in a car accident when I was 16. I worked with disabled children. It was very physical. Ended up on the basement floor. I couldn't get up. I met Dr. Herman. I thought, why not give it a try? Because everybody else loves their Dr. Herman. He put me on a regular schedule. He has me feeling good. I can do normal things and not worry about laying on the basement floor anymore.
So you felt better than you ever have?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes, I don't have to worry either. I can go kayaking or I can go on a long trip up to New York and not have to worry anymore. He's there for me.
He's a friendly guy.
And smart.
He's a friendly guy. Give me the phrase.
I love my Dr. Herman.
$25 visits for life. Give Dr. Herman a call at 424-LIFE. That's 424-LIFE. And you'll be saying,
I love my Dr. Herman.
Inside Dr. Herman's Head with Dr. Jan Herman and Greg Big Show Larson. To reach Dr. Herman, call 570-420-9670. And now, Dr. Herman.
Yeah, come back.
Yeah, we're
Oh,
back.
I didn't even know it.
Hey, man, he goes, here's Dr. Herman. I let it roll.
You know what? You're the man. You let it roll and I let it choke. I'm just getting that little dry spot out of my throat. Did you ever see Jerry Lewis do his bit to that?
You made me watch it in the office.
It's great.
Yeah,
it's really, really good. Check out YouTube for Jerry Lewis doing his little thing to the typewriter. It's good. Speaking of YouTube, I watch a lot of YouTube.
I love YouTube, man. It's great.
It's my, I have to say Google's my favorite website only because I access everything in the world through Google.
Right.
But after that, if I got nothing to do, I'm on YouTube. And there is no shortage of stuff on YouTube. There's always something, hey, you want to see, you want to see this? Check this out. You're like, that's insane. Of course I want to see it. But YouTube has taken over your life with the commercials.
Oh, my God, yeah.
Now, it used to always be, okay, if I can suffer through 5 seconds of this garbage, then I can pass it.
Yeah.
Now, they stop that.
Yeah.
Now it's like you're going to watch through this next 30 seconds or whatever. So
you're watching through this Gillette movie trailer for a minute and a half before you can watch your 30-second clip you want to see.
And I'll tell you, I think there's maybe been 2 or 3 at the most commercials that have ever been like, oh, let me see that. That's interesting. Yeah. I watched the whole commercial. Maybe a trailer for a movie that I haven't heard of.
Yeah.
Or something else really.
I have seen some good trailers that way.
Absolutely. But for the most part, it's the same garbage over and over again. Yep. I know it's a Toyota-thon. I know it. I know it. But every once in a while, something just catches my attention, and you got to be kidding me. There's a commercial for Viagra.
Oh, yeah.
It's playing now.
Oh, I don't know if I saw this one, but...
Well, Viagra...
There's been Viagra commercials.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
But Viagra is doing something new in the past few months.
Well, what's this?
You've seen it.
I have?
Yes, new marketing ploy.
I don't know.
Single packs.
What?
Viagra single packs.
I didn't know that.
Yes, it's a single little...
one pill.
For those of you who have lactose intolerance, you'll know that the way Lactaid comes. There's one little pill in a little paper envelope. Right. Same thing. It says Viagra on the outside. It's the whole information. They're a single-use pack. And they have, of course, there's always a gorgeous woman laying across the bed. And she's saying, Viagra now comes in single-use packs. And I wrote it down here. I have to...
You got it verbatim?
Yes. You ready?
Yeah.
Viagra, now in single-use packs. I can't even say it with a straight face.
So maybe I'll pull the commercial up and play
it. So guys who use Viagra can take it when they need it.
Can take it when they need it. Well, if you use it, wouldn't you have it with you when you need it?
So tell me, if you had a bottle, and the bottle had 2 or 10 or 30 of them in it, would that make it impossible to take when you need it?
No, that's what I'm saying. If you're a guy that takes the stuff and you that's what you need when you do, you have it on you.
Not only did they approve this for their international campaign.
Yeah.
But if I was there, if I was the head of the marketing department or the advertising agency, and somebody said, "How about this? So guys who need Viagra can take it when they need it." The guy would be filling out unemployment forms in the afternoon.
But if I have a full prescription and stuff, I got to be home to take that.
I can't. I have a bottle of 10, but I can't take it when I need it.
Can't take it when I need it. I got to be home for that. I got to eat something with it.
Like there's there's a time lock on the bottle cap. I can't take it, and I need it.
My God,
is that stupid?
Yeah, that's great. Actually, I love it.
Anybody seen that commercial? Give us a call, 570-420-9670. You don't have to tell us who you are if you don't want anybody to know that you're using Viagra. I told an interesting story on Tuesday morning, Gary's show, and I'll finish with this tonight because this is so hilarious. I will not lie and say that I don't look for opportunities to be hilarious during the week.
Okay.
But when they fall in your lap,
yeah,
it's just like, it's the way comedians feel about Trump becoming president.
Right.
It's like the material writes itself. I had borrowed a friend of mine's pickup truck.
Okay.
Open top pickup truck. I have a Suburban, but sometimes if I'm moving something too big for the Suburban, too tall, I borrow a pickup truck. And he has a pickup truck, which is this gigantic, massive 1-ton truck.
Okay.
And it has a very big gas tank on it, like my Suburban does, a 32-gallon tank.
Yeah, it's huge.
Which is why I go to New Jersey to get gas if I'm driving it, because at 40 cents a gallon, 32 gallons it's a lot of money. So I had borrowed the truck, and I was going to return it to him, but he called me up and he said, "You know what? My wife is going out. If you're done with the truck," which I was, he said, "I'll have her drop me off at your house, and I'll just pick up the truck." I said, "Fine." So he comes to the house to get the truck, and I said to him, "I just realized I wanted to fill it up for you because that's how I got it. So I'm going to jump in my car," which was
the
smart car.
Oh, the smart car, yeah.
My smart car, and I'm going to follow you to the gas station. Okay? I said, "You fill it up and then leave, and then I'll fill up mine, and I'll pay for the two together after you're gone." He says, "Great." Which we did. We went to the gas station. He pulled up. I said, "You don't get out of the truck." He stayed in the truck. I filled up his tank, and then I went and because they have the hose where it's long enough to reach both sides.
Yeah.
So I was on the other side of the tank with the smart car. So he left, and I put 32 gallons in his thing, and then I went over and I put 8 gallons in mine, which filled it up. So I had put 40 gallons into the two vehicles together, and it was $2.50 a gallon. So you go figure it out. It's $100.
Yeah.
Okay. I walked in to pay cash to pay in the thing, and the guy was filling up the Doritos or whatever. And so he came around to the thing, and he says, I said, "Pump 2." And he looks at a pump 2, and he did a triple take.
Yeah.
Because it said 40 gallons, and the smart car is sitting out there. He says to me, "You mean where that little car is?" I said, "Yeah." He says, is that one of those, I said, "It's a smart car." He said, "A smart car, that's it, yeah." He says, "That takes 40 gallons? Not realizing,
40
I
gallon
guess.
tank's about the size of that car.
Hey, that's what I said. That's what I was thinking to myself. But I said, "You know what? Here's my opportunity to have some fun." So I said, "Yeah." He says, 40 gallons. I said, "Well, it comes with an 8-gallon tank, but I had a retrofitted with an aftermarket tank that holds 40 gallons. And he says, "That's incredible." I said, "Yeah." I said, "But I have to stop a lot less often." He says, "How many miles a gallon you get in that?" And I said, which is actually the truth, if I really, really if I hyperdrive, be very careful about everything, I can get as much as 75 miles a gallon.
Yeah.
So I said, 75 miles a gallon. And he says, "Wow, that's incredible." He says, "So you filled it up, 40 gallons. When did you fill it up last?" I said, "At the beginning of my trip. I just came from San Francisco. This is the first time I'm filling it up. 3,000 miles, do the math."
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh my God, that's incredible." I said, some people just don't have a clue. They don't know.
If you couldn't, there would be the gas would have to be filling up the frame and the tires.
Like an airplane. The wings are full of fuel. That's absolutely. Well, you know what? The first time I ever found out that's where the fuel goes in a plane, I was astounded. I was like, it holds 10,000 gallons. Where does it hold where's the fuel? And I said, it can't be in the middle because that's where the luggage and the people go. And I said, "No, it goes in the wings." And I was like, "Oh my God, that's crazy. That's why the wings are so they're bowing down."
They hang down, yeah.
But I thought that was just hilarious. That this guy had no idea.
That's ridiculous.
Because some people don't think about the question they're asking, or they just, it's like whenever I buy lottery tickets, I always ask the same question. I said, before I bought the tickets, I was like, give me $10 for the Powerball. And I said, before you do that, I said, you can win more than once, right? You can win the big jackpot more than once, right? And they go, yeah, that's fine. I said, okay, that's fine. It's just $10 for the Powerball. Yeah. And the woman says, wait a minute. Did you? I said, shh. Don't let me get around. You don't recognize me?
Yeah.
From the radio? Inside that girl?
You don't recognize his face from listening to it?
Oh, man. This was a fun show.
Yeah, man.
And thank you, Bob, for calling. I appreciate that, Bob. I was so concerned about when you told me that he was hurt.
Yeah, Dad wiped out, but he'll be all right.
He saved me a call. He called me to let me know that he was hurt days after he should have, but I don't know anyway. So I would have to get a good wishes to him out from everybody. Bob, everybody that listens to our show wishes you to be well. I know it. I'd like to thank everybody for listening. We love you all, and for joining us on this. Well, this is not our last January show, is it? Next week is January.
No, next week, yeah.
Okay, well, it doesn't matter. I'm playing a January-related song.
Next week.
Oh,
yeah, next week's big for me.
Is it?
Oh, it's like next weekend is like total wrestling weekend.
Oh.
Yeah, we got NXT pay-per-view, then the Royal Rumble. Once the Royal Rumble happens, then you're on the way to WrestleMania.
Is that is that all pay-per-view?
What? Royal Rumble?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's you can watch wrestling without paying for it also.
Monday.
It's part of your
Monday and Tuesday night.
That's not my world.
But then you got to have the pay-per-views for the big matches, you know what I mean? And the Royal Rumble, whoever wins the Royal Rumble, which is 30 guys in the ring at once, they get thrown over the top rope. If you get thrown over the top rope, you're out.
That's whoever this melee.
Whoever wins headlines WrestleMania for the championship.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a big.
So that's why, it's one of the biggest of every year. So next weekend's big.
That's like having the World Series with all the teams starting. And
there's always good surprises because it's 30 guys, and what it is a guy comes in the ring, and every 2 or 3 minutes they let another guy come in. So like the crowd counts.
Oh.
So the crowd counts down as it comes down to like 10 seconds for the next guy to come in.
Until everybody's in.
Sometimes you get surprised. Sometimes it's a guy that hasn't been around for like 10 years.
Really?
And you're like, what? What's this dude doing here? Like so, or is a guy from another promotion that they just hired that you never.
Dude, don't. You're gonna get me hooked on wrestling now. What do you like?
It's theatrical. You like that stuff.
But we got a balance here. There's stuff you like and there's stuff I like. If we start liking all the same stuff, then
listen, man. If you start liking it,
wrestling,
we'll have more to talk about.
All right. I'll say. Mainly like that, I could definitely get into. Oh, man. Well, this has been Inside Dr. Herman's Head. I am Dr. Jan Herman. I'm here with my buddy Greg Big Show Larson.
That's me.
And we will be back here Sunday night, 7 p.m. next week. I would like to play you out with a song. If you remember the group Pilot from the 70s.
Pilot, that sounds
They sang
familiar.
Magic. A song called Magic. Oh, what's Magic?
Yeah.
Okay, not the ELO song Magic.
No.
This was actually their only other hit, and it was bigger than Magic in the UK where they came from.
Okay.
Pretty crazy. So we love you all. We'll catch you next week. Catch Gary in the morning during the week at 5:30 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. And, let's just play it out. We will see you next week. Bye-bye.
And tired, you've been hanging on me. You make me sad with your eyes. You're telling me lies. Don't go, January.